Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Shady Hoes Show. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Oh, copyright. Just kidding. It's Falk.
Oh my
Duh.
god.
And we're going to be talking about some stuff, and you may be invited. I'm kidding. You are invited. So before we go anywhere, let's go ahead and introduce these other hoes that are with me.
Hi, my name is Coutureho, also known as Amanda. Um, that's my
That's
intro.
me.
That's me. I'm drinking tea. I was actually late to this episode so I could make my tea. So,
I was
yay.
late because I had diarrhea.
Ew. But speaking of that, TJ, tell me about the possum in your bathroom.
Oh my
Yes, what the
god.
fuck? What the fuck? I can't believe you didn't send that. Like what? You had to find out through another avenue.
My fucking god. I don't even fucking know. So we have um possums around our place, and this is the first time it's ever fucking happened. And I don't even know where it came in from. Like
No, bro.
we've been investigating the fucking house because there's no holes anywhere. So we're like, where the fuck did this bitch come from? But
Stop. Oh my
I was like, God, I really have to go to the bathroom. So I was getting up, I opened the door, and I looked, and I was like, possum! And Dylan was at work. He was at work, and I was like, you got to get him. You got to get him. I was like, I can't do it. I almost pissed myself because it scared me that bad. It was like the size of this possum was like the size of both of my cats melded into one. I was like, oh god. So Dylan heroically went in there and put him in a cage and released him. but see, we didn't really have this problem because when our dog Zeke, Grace, you remember Zeke, who destroyed your
Yes.
apartment.
Oh my god.
But when Zeke was alive, when he would go out, he would kill him. Like he didn't fuck with them, so he would go around and he would just kill the
Yes.
possums, and I didn't really mind that. I was like, fine, well, I don't need y'all coming up here anyway. But yeah. There's a possum and there's a hole somewhere that I've got to find that this goddamn fucking metamorphically engineered 2 times the size of my cat's possum got into. So anyway, that's the story about how I almost pissed myself because I got scared by possum. That's like the last thing you expect to see in your bathroom. Like, and now I'm just like so paranoid because I'm like, oh my god, what if I lift up the toilet seat and there's a snake? That's like my biggest fear. Is
A
like,
snappy balls.
Yeah, that is very valid.
So anyway, that's my story.
So moving on high of stage trending.
Oh god.
This episode is not about bathroom possums, but but that was a question I needed answered, so I thought. But
Might as
we're
well bring
gonna.
it out in a public forum, you know.
Well, he posted on a public forum. So. No, anywho, so I want to talk about old cartoon shows, and I'm gonna like limit this to cartoons, you guys, only because they're I think doing anything live action from this decade would be another thing altogether. So specifically say like early 2000s cartoons, which I think was like a golden age for just cartoons doing whatever the fuck they wanted. Um, and being like at least having overarching storylines. And I'm bringing this up because, toward I think it was last year, Paramount Plus put a bunch of like Nickelodeon stuff on there. And Avatar, had a big surge on Netflix. Boom. But I want to talk about shows we liked, maybe shows you didn't like, episodes you liked, because obviously fandoms were a thing with like Tumblr and
Yeah.
fanfiction.net and all these things, based on these fandoms and characters you like, characters you didn't like. And I'm going to start off the floor with like iconic show that I think was a great show, but her friends were assholes, and that is As Told by Ginger.
Oh my god.
I knew exactly. I knew exactly when you said friends were assholes.
That
I was like,
Bitch, you
so,
knew they would pick on the redhead. Honest.
well, I'm just like if for those of you who are not familiar with As Told by Ginger, it follows Ginger Foutley, who lives with her divorced single mom who is a nurse and her brother Carl. And she has two friends, which are Dodie and Macy, and then her neighbor Darren, who has metal face.
God, I
And
wanted to
then
punch Dodie in the face so many times.
Dodie is horrible. We're going to talk about and then there is Courtney Grippling, who is a closeted lesbian, and Miranda. Um, and I loved that show. It was like, I think as a, like my age range, it was meant for me. But
Yeah.
rewatching it as an adult in my 30s, I was like, what the fuck kinds of friends are these? So, and
Yeah.
Dodie. So we'll open the floor up because TJ already brought up Dodie. So tell us whether or not you like the show, things about the show, things like that for you, TJ, and then we'll go to Amanda.
You know, as told by Ginger, it was one of those that I wasn't necessarily a fan of. I
Bitch.
I would watch it, okay, but some
You
As
of
a
it,
should.
cardinal sin in
like,
Grace's eyes.
I would watch it, but it was just like one of those things where I was just like, I mean, it's one of those things that I kind of put on when I'm not really focusing, and it's because I'm one of those people.
Drama.
I'm one of those people, and this would be the reason why, like, I watch series like Bob's Burgers, like
Eh.
5 months in a row, because it's something that I know I love it. It's lighthearted. I don't have to sit there and think. If I'm doing something on my computer, it's just kind of like background noise at that point. So I know I'm not like missing anything, but it's just I enjoy it. I love it. But we're not talking about Bob's Burgers, but it's one of those things that, like, with As Told by Ginger, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't a favorite. But Dodie pissed me the fuck off. She looked weird, and the way she talked, both of her friends, she talked like this, and then her other friend was like, and like I just wanted to like fucking just abort them. Anyway, moving on.
God.
Amanda,
Well,
you go.
You want me to go after that? How can I even follow that, honestly?
I'm sorry that I
When
gave like the greatest
so
explanation
TJ
of it.
hates Dodie because she's basically ugly. So shallow of you, TJ. But
I mean,
Amanda, tell us the real reason why Dodie was a shit friend.
So Dodie was a shit friend. She was not a real one. She was two-faced as fuck. She was willing to drop Ginger for any shred of attention from like the popular kids. And like I just did not fuck with that two-faced bitch. Like I was like, if you are gonna be in a friend group, you gotta be real, okay? Like I get it. Like the age group or whatever that you're going through is tough, but like you still got to be a real one because like Ginger is a real friend, and honestly I have mommy issues. I would have been friends with Ginger just because her mom was a good mom, dead ass,
Yes.
period. Because like I don't know, she just, and you find out that her mom is also a piece of shit and that's the way she is.
Right? Ugh.
And that was like, okay, that's where the girl gets it from. But like also like your duty as a human being, if you don't like your mom and you don't like how she's raising you, change it.
At
That's
least she
my
wasn't an alcoholic like Helga's and Hey Arnold's.
We'll get to that show momentarily.
we're one step at a time, TJ. Grace wants it one step at a
Oh,
time.
oh, oh! We need to talk about the sexual innuendos in these cartoons too. Whew, some of these
Well,
cartoons have been ruined for
so
me.
Oh
well,
god.
yes. So let me wrap up my ass told by Ginger since that wasn't a big TJ one. But I just wanted everybody to know I think Dodie's a bitch because she was going to expose all the lice children. She did not want Ginger to go to that special, creative academy.
Yes,
And I was like, Dodie, the fucking friend are you?
that was
And they
fucked up.
horrible. And then
And then the
I'm mad with the way
cheerleading
that
club
series
shit.
ended because I
Yeah,
also hated Darren because Darren took off his braces and got,
Darren was
you
a
know,
hoe. He was a
yes,
fucking hoe for
yes.
that.
And then he went and took Ginger out of that school, which she had things going for her just to fucking cheat on her. And
Yes, boy. Listen, she. Oh my god.
Dodie didn't tell her, and she knew it was
She fucking been knew. But she wanted to be on that cheer squad so bad. She wanted to be belong with people that did not ride for her like fucking Ginger would have. Like Ginger was there for her. And like, I'm sorry.
No, it would be like that. I have feelings about that show, and I still hate that Dodie, and I still hate Darren did that. And when that show was like airing, as a new show, I was
Yeah.
here for that drama as a child, but I was like probably a preteen. I was here for it. It was, uh,
It was
there.
everything. It was literally everything. But Darren is a
Well,
bald headed hoe for that.
well, TJ is still posting in chat about some Hey Arnold thoughts. So I'm gonna let
Oh,
him
we're
go
gonna
ahead and take
segue.
away Hey Arnold, and before I just, rant more about Ginger. So, TJ, go ahead. Tell us your Hey Arnold thoughts and we'll discuss that one.
Well, I'm still finding all these like hidden jokes. Okay.
Oh Christ. Oh my
We
god.
we
First
we interrupt.
no.
Oh my god! I am. This is just. I am like. I can't speak.
Okay, so that first one is from a Thanksgiving episode. So he's supposedly eating, Thanksgiving meal,
Oh,
but it
he's
isn't.
eating something
He's
already.
eating something alright. He's eating her ass out. Is what it looks like.
Thank God.
Here, let's
That's
just.
when they
I'll
look
just let
at.
y'all look at it.
This
These
is
Y'all
just
when
just
look
have a.
unfortunate. They just look like unfortunate frames to me.
they are.
Oh my God, my
So it's
fucking
okay,
mic.
TJ. You got to lead
Okay.
us on Hey Arnold. Get out of the dirty
All right.
pictures.
Arnold, my love, my sultry preteen, why must I hold you only whilst I dream? Will I be forever enslaved by your spell? Why must I worship you and never tell? Arnold, you make my girlhood tremble, my senses go
Oh.
wacky. That is a quote from
It
Helga
is.
Pataki.
That's specifically the episode where she gets like what the Komodo dragon to go eat the bird because it memorizes her poem.
Oh no.
So, hi everybody. If you haven't watched Hey Arnold, you should really do it. It's on, I think Hulu or I don't remember. It's on one of those
I think it's on
streaming
Hulu.
channels. I loved it. Move it, football head. Okay, so it's basically about a white guy who has a football shaped head, and he has a little tiny white, no, what, not white, a blue hat. That he's kind of like Louise and Bob's Burger. Like, don't touch his fucking hat. Don't mess with it. He don't even want to be separate. This bitch showers with his fucking hat on. Who does
Hmm.
that? Anyway, and then you have like this other girl who is Helga Pataki, and she wants to fuck Arnold, but she can't let him know that. So she's just like, "You an
Oh my
ugly
God.
bitch," and she's like, I'm a slap the shit out of you, football head." But then she's like, secretly as he's walking away, he's like, "I want to fuck you." So that's basically how their trauma goes.
What?
Like
What?
Arnold's
The
like, man.
fuck?
Arnold's
Come
just
on,
like, man,
Andy.
this bitch hates me, and she's like, I want to fuck you. But then when he's looking at her, she's like, move it, football head. So that's the drama of Hey Arnold. But I loved it. Like, it this was one of those cartoons that I fucked with, okay? Like Stoop Kid,
Yes.
his fucking crazy ass old grandparents. Arnold, you wanna go? And yeah, so I fucked with this cartoon now. I won't lie. I fucked with Hey Arnold. So I'm gonna open the floor up to you, host. What did you like about it besides
Bruh.
the hidden shrine, which I
I was
had too?
a Hey Arnold stan. Like I wrote so much Hey Arnold fan fiction.
Oh,
I
I
was in
know.
that Hey Arnold Save the Jungle movie group. Like I was in that petition that got that movie made. I had like people draw fan art for me for my Hey Arnold fan fiction. I was like, I had a phase. I don't know why that was the show, but that was the show, like for me. Um, I think we talked about the episodes like which one was our urban legend one, like the train episode with like is when I remember that like haunted train where they go
Mm.
down to hell. um the marriage episode,
Oh
like that was an
yeah.
icon where like Helga Pataki is the president, and that was I loved that episode. There's also like oh, one of the top episodes I also liked was I don't know. Well, you didn't go over all the characters, of course. There's what is it? Lila. I think it's Lila.
Lila.
And
Yeah.
Arnie, the country cousin Arnie. Um, and that like
Hey, Arnold.
where he has like that dream that's like Children of the Corn, where he goes to
Oh
visit the
Lord.
country cousin, and he like likes the version of Helga in that dream. It was There was like a lot of good episodes for that show. Like, and I own the entire box set. And it has, the first movie that came out. I went and saw that in theaters by myself. The first movie I got to go see by myself while my mom watched something else. But I think it had like a lot of good, like, it was one that had a lot of, it was realistic, and it had a lot of good like morals to it. Um, which I liked. I think it was a good show. There was Characters were fun. There was nobody in that show that I was like, "You're fucking horrible." That they weren't made to be horrible. Like Curly and Rhonda, Helga, she was mean, but you still liked her. Arnold was dense, but we still liked him. Phoebe was overall a great friend. A plus Phoebe. So Amanda's turn. I'm just talking over Amanda because Hey Arnold was my jam for a while.
No, I'm sorry. Like this is your episode, Grace. Like you should like just live your truth.
I watched a lot of cartoons.
No, literally, like dead ass. Like I feel like there were some really good characters. I always liked Hey Arnold because where I went to school as a kid, it always like as a preschooler actually because that's when I was watching like fuck, I'm sorry. I'm like spacing out here. Like I was in preschool, so I went to like preschool in the middle of the city in downtown Savannah, which a lot of people say that downtown Savannah actually has a lot of parallels to like New York or like a bigger city, just like
Mhm.
smaller. And so the school in Hey Arnold actually looked a lot like the school that I went to preschool in. So I would love watching Hey Arnold, even though I was like a baby, I just kind of related to the characters a little bit more. And I think that show taught me a lot about empathy. Um,
Yes.
yes, it actually like for a cartoon, before cartoons got like really stupid, um,
Mhm.
it taught me. It actually had some pretty grown up things that even as a child you could relate to. Like you may not have understood what was going on, like the episode where one of Arnold's like I forget their names because it's so long ago, but the housemates like he had to give up his baby in Vietnam. Like it was
Yes, Mr.
Oh
Lin.
yeah.
like these really really real life situations that people go through and like you learn empathy, like you wonder like why are they sad, like even as a child you're like why are they sad because you don't quite understand what's going on, but then you understand like such a massive thing is happening. Hey Arnold was wonderful for its time, but it also was way before its time, if you know.
Yes. No, there's like a specific episode I remembered now that we're talking about like things in it that like traumatized you kind of, that not really that you like remember having empathy for. Is there
Hmm.
that episode where like Arnold's on the bus and he gets mugged on the bus and they like steal his bus pass and everything?
Yeah,
So he goes and like learns self-defense with his grandma, and then he like just beats the shit out of that kid,
that's
Oh
and the
right.
yeah,
kid was
nothing like
like,
seeing fucking grandma wearing a fucking Karate Kid outfit.
yes, but that's the one where he like beats the kid up, and the kid just starts like sobbing because he was just gonna ask him a question, and I felt so bad for that kid, and I
It's
Yes,
like Arnold,
because
you're an asshole.
yes, and I was like,
yes, you're
I
just
felt
as
that
bad.
deeply.
It literally did. Like it is literally one of the shows that taught me empathy. And I think that is great. I think that's wonderful because a lot of these shows nowadays for children, like even as like somewhat of an educator as myself, especially towards younger children, we're not teaching our kids empathy like we used to. And
Yeah,
it really does show as society we have like this me mentality, and we're just not showing that enough. Like it I don't know, man, it's sad, it's really sad.
yeah. Like in all the episodes that had like Olga in it, and like, because those were the ones that like would make me sad too, because the ones where
Yes.
Olga came home and like they're like, oh, best daughter ever, and like nobody
Yeah.
remembers Helga, like the one where she
Yes.
thinks about preschool and they like she walks to preschool because her parents forgot about her,
Oh yeah.
and
That
you're
was
like,
very sad. I actually, that unlocked a memory for me. I actually watched that episode and I went up to my mom and I said, Mommy, like, would you ever forget about me? That I would have to walk to school? And my mom goes, Oh my God, Amanda, where did you get that idea from? And I was like, It was on Hey Arnold. And she's like, Maybe you should watch that show less. Because, like, it was like, that was something that I thought would legitimately happen, you know?
I mean, I
And
could see it like as a child. Yeah, you're like, this could be me.
like mommy, like because I had a younger brother that I love my brother Andrew. He's so wonderful. But at the time I was like, Andrew, is really loud and sometimes I'm quiet. Would my mom forget about me? So
You quiet.
no, believe it or not, like all my teachers growing up was like pleasure to have in class because I just didn't feel the need to like talk. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was kind of like that.
I
Just like
Yeah.
wasn't.
I know we know. I'm just kidding.
We know this already.
My
Um,
mom would literally give the teachers permission to beat my ass in front of everybody to catch it up. So I shut the fuck up.
girl, oh
Anyways.
my god. And we talk about how. Oh, we're gonna touch base on this because we were talking about Helga, and I'll give it back to Amanda. But we also kind of talked about this earlier about how Helga's mom was like, she's it is clear she was an alcoholic. They didn't say it,
Yes.
but this bitch was
Eating
always hungover
smoothies
like
way too
24/7.
much.
She's like,
She,
yeah, go ahead, Helga. I don't care.
yeah.
And you're just like,
Well, it
damn,
was.
bitch.
Like, because she was always making the smoothies. She forgot her lunch. And there's that one episode where Bob gets sick and she takes over the Beeper Emporium and she gets, like, sober. And you're like, man, Miriam has potential. She's just in a horrible life for herself, I guess.
God,
Because,
and Bob was such a fucking stereotypical white man. Helga, bring me a sandwich. Give me my beer. Turn on the sports. Oh, God. Anyway,
yeah,
Amanda, go
A
ahead.
plus.
I just wanted to bring that up.
I thought that was a good conversation y'all were having, honestly. Like, no, it's I don't have it. No, I'm
Yeah.
serious. Like, it's kind of funny because you mentioned her mom's alcoholism. I didn't even know. You know what's funny? I didn't even know until I was an adult because I was really sheltered as a kid. So I
Well,
always
I think
thought that.
that's good. I think that's good then. Like,
But see, this is the thing.
Yeah,
Like, this is why, in that article I sent you, it said hidden adult jokes. Because as kids, we don't ever see that. We don't think that, obviously. But when you get to be an adult, you're just like, why the fuck does this thing say I love head? And it's like, that's funny.
right. Like, I
Because
just,
you've been put into this world with sex, and you're just like, that's funny.
you've never like been exposed. You're innocent at that age. Like you haven't been exposed. Like I always thought. I was like, Mom, it's so funny. Like Helga's mom is always sick, and like that's what I thought as a kid. Like I always thought Helga's mom was always like had bad allergies because she was always in bed and like slurring and forgetting stuff because
mhm,
I didn't know what alcoholism was. My parents were not alcoholics. Like my mom smoked cigarettes and my
mhm,
dad drank a beer when he got home, but pretty much like my parents were if they struggled with alcohol abuse, they hit it really well from the kids. So
Yeah.
yeah.
no, but
Wow.
yeah, so wrapping up on Hey Arnold, because I could just talk about that one a lot. I think that one was like a solid show. It had a lot of different like messages in it, like Arnold being the orphan, Helga having her abusive family, like even Gerald's dad being like money obsessed and not letting them like run the electricity and stuff. I think it had a lot of like things for children to like be exposed to, like in a
It was
safer way
real
for them.
world, a lot of real world scenarios.
But speaking of not real world scenarios, uh, um, so another show that I really liked, I'm still kind of being in Nickelodeon, but we do not have to stay in Nickelodeon, was like
Yeah.
Danny Phantom came out, and I was also
Uh,
like,
Clear my
God.
give me,
gird.
give me the Danny Phantom.
You know
Bro,
what? I'm gonna hit you with something even better than Danny Phantom. And this is
Go.
going outside of the like 2000s because I wasn't born in 2000. Okay, I had the
Well,
pleasure of
me
seeing.
neither, you bitch.
I
But you were
wasn't
saying
either.
we're
I
gonna
was born
stay
in
within the two. You were
1997.
like we're gonna stay in the 2000s. No, bitch, we're going out in 2000s. Do do
Don't leave
do do
Amanda
do do
behind. She's a
do do
baby.
do. Well, that's her fault. She need to grow the fuck up.
I'll just drink my tea.
We're gonna
All
be
right.
talking about
Geriatric whore. You
we're gonna be talking about Doug and his love for Patty Mayonnaise. Who names
bitch,
their
I
kid
know who
Patty
the
Mayonnaise?
fuck Doug is. I watched that fucking show. Damn it.
Good. I'm glad because it's a great show.
Oh my god, you're a
Uh,
Miss, Mr. Dinkley.
whore. Do you guys remember
Hi there,
Pepper
bud.
Ann? Sorry.
yes,
I
Pepper
don't know
Ann.
Pepper Ann.
Pepper Ann. Much too cold for 7th grade.
Pepper Ann, you're one in a million.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
oh,
great.
in the Sabrina animated series.
Yes.
Oh my god. Or do you remember Brace Face?
Brace
Brace Face
face.
was like
Oh my
iconic.
god. Oh, and
Oh.
God, what was it called? Oh my god, my brain just froze. Oh
I don't know
god,
how to help with that. I don't know where you're going.
Nigel, Nigel,
Not
Nigel. Yes. Like, I was like, all I could
I'm
think of.
Nigel Thornberry.
Thornberry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I was actually one time when I got too high and ate too many like pot brownies. The the Nigel Thornberry meme like from
Yes.
um
Smashing.
I literally got too high and then my trip like started with that. And it tripped me out so bad that I can't even watch that show without anyway. Yeah.
Amanda thought she was an upper aged Australian man named Nigel Thornberry.
I guess
Smashing.
I did. Like I was on a next level. Like I was fucked up, bro. Like I was don't do it. Don't do drugs.
So Nigel Thornberry, Thornberry's episode that I remember and like the most. I think I've already talked in the chat with you guys about this one a while ago. Is the fucking episode where it's Chell, where she's gonna turn. Oh, I just forgot her name. The blonde sister,
Debbie.
Debbie. Where she's like, she's gonna turn you into a dolphin. Like that fucking episode. That episode was just unsettling, and I love that one. That's the one I remember the most.
The movies were really good too. I was surprised.
I didn't. Oh shit! Do you remember when the Rugrats and the Wild Thornberries had a movie together?
That was
Yes.
my life. I would watch that.
And I don't even think we have to mention the Rugrats because I think the Rugrats is kind of a staple for Nickelodeon at this point.
They
Yes,
were
like
on for
it's
like 10 years.
synonymous.
So,
Okay.
I got one that kind of goes outside of Nickelodeon.
Okay.
But it's one that I watched even as a teenager. Okay, like so y'all judge me how y'all want to. I don't give a fuck. Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet
has an
original point of view. And I say, hey, bitch.
What a
Okay, that's
yes.
the day. Yeah, okay. So if y'all didn't know what this horrendous version of this theme song is, it's Arthur.
And Arthur finally ended.
I know. And Mr. Ratburn turned out to be a fucking homo like me. I loved it. We all kind of suspected. We all kind of suspected. But anyway, I love Arthur. I still love it. I will still watch it on YouTube.
Yes,
DW, I wanted to smack the shit out of that bitch because she's like, Arthur!
DW is your fucking child. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was always DW. Like, I always identified with DW.
This is the reason why I didn't want siblings, okay? Like, if I had her as a sister, I would die.
Because I can't read.
But the famous meme, okay, where he goes to fucking glock her in the fucking face, he balls up his fist and it's shaking. And then he's like, what? And you're like, bitch. And she's like, oh. And I'm just like, bitch, he ain't even hit you that damn hard. Come on now. Like, if you was in the hood, you really get fucked up.
Yes, and you just whine because you're like, why the fuck I'm going to get you in trouble.
Why did you do that?
See, I feel like I missed out on a lot of things because I didn't have siblings. I didn't get the pleasure of being a bitch and being like, I'm gonna get you in trouble, you little shit. With me, if I got in trouble, it's just because I was doing stupid shit. My mom looked at me like, bitch, I'm gonna fuck you up.
See, there's good and
So.
bad things to having siblings. Like, my brother would put me like in those little plastic totes and close the lid and push me around the house and then put stuff on it. Like,
Oh, what the fuck?
You're in timeout.
essentially. And then we would also put blankets on ourselves and like crawl around the floor like worms and run into each other. So maybe you didn't
Yeah, you deserve fucking,
You know what's
interesting.
weird though? I mean, Grace hasn't really grown up from that much because I
I
mean,
haven't.
we really haven't. Because I mean, when we lived close together, we would make fucking blanket forts. So
We did, and
I
I
really
used to
know,
watch cartoons.
like, there's really never a time that with like Grace or Amanda, if I can say something, I don't feel ever really uncomfortable or stupid saying it because like they will usually go along with it. If I'm just like, let's go fucking watch goddamn fucking Mickey Mouse in a pool and drink fucking apple juice out of sippy straws, 9 out of 10
I'm in.
chances are they'll do it. So, just so you know, everybody.
Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, honestly, vibes, literally.
Living. Okay. So we've kind of like changed the way we're doing this, which is totally fine. So instead of us like taking long talks about an episode, I'm just gonna name shows. If you liked it, rate the show. Tell me your favorite thing about the show, because there are so many shows that I think we can
Oh,
like.
oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Sorry. Let me spit this out before you do that because it's been in my mind and no, it's not a cartoon, but this is an awful movie. We're Blockblister, not Blockbuster. Blockblister. We're
Are you
better, much
much
Is that the
better?
better.
Amanda show?
Yes, it is.
Papa, she
Um,
called on video bad. We're Blockblister. Okay, so go ahead. I had to get that
she
out
just
because it's been
needed to get
like
that
in
out.
my head.
That
No,
and
it's been in my head like this whole time.
repairman.
Y'all remember on I think it was all of that the fucking naked superhero doll.
No,
Was
that
it
was
What?
Kablam, and that is the Flesh. He's super
the
strong and
Flesh?
super naked.
Oh, gross.
Thunder Girl, she flies like thunder. Melt Man with the power to
Let me see if I
melt.
can find it so I can show Amanda if she
And
hasn't seen it.
Stinky Diver with an attitude as bad
I
as his
literally
odor.
used to want. My parents didn't want me watching all that because they said it was like too adult for me. They were like,
Okay, so
Uh,
why he's looking. That one's from Kablam, and that one is
yeah,
Action League
kablam.
now. Because I was just talking about that one with Chris not too long ago. Because I was like, look at this fucking He-Man doll.
He-Man.
Okay, so we're gonna start with an icon cartoon that was from 2010 and refuses to die and is
Uh,
now just dragging out its death, which is SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
Uh,
I knew
yeah.
it right when you
yeah.
said it.
SpongeBob is like the fucking cat you keep alive because, like, for nostalgia's sake, because like God and medicine has let you go too far.
Right?
Insert our fan fiction here. Patrick, SpongeBob. I love your holes.
Oh my
They're
god.
so moist.
Anyway.
Yikes.
Squidward. Let me bend down for you again. Anyway, we're going off topic again, but we have talked about this before,
We're
people.
all
If you were
canceled.
listening, okay, if you were listening back to our other podcast, you'll know that we had actually talked about this before in our
did.
friend fiction one. Okay.
So yeah, SpongeBob's early seasons I think were really good. Those were funny, and then they just won't let it die. You're like,
They won't.
it's on like a ventilator, and they're like, just let it go.
Oh, I vaguely remember Action League. Oh man,
Yes.
I vaguely remember this now.
All
Okay,
right.
never mind.
So
Oh, and another one
Amanda,
that won't die.
shut
Hold
up,
on.
TJ.
Another one that won't die is the Fairly Odd Parents.
We
That
were
one,
getting
oh
there.
my god,
Well,
yes, I
I
remember when
pushed it
that
over
came
the
out.
edge.
Yeah, that one should have ended like a while ago though,
That
before
should
the
have ended
dog and
10
the
years ago.
girl. Nothing will ever surpass the shiny teeth and me, so they should have just let it go there.
Oh my god, Icky Vicky.
Hey,
Icky
Vicky, you're
Vicky.
so icky. And now
Oh,
here's Cosmo with the weather.
Wandissimo.
Weather? I thought you
Wandissimo.
said feather.
That shit was crazy.
Bro, what the fuck is with this TikTok
No,
trend?
that one had a masturbation joke too. Do you remember that one, TJ?
No.
You remember where it's talking about is your kid bringing like lots of paper towels and things into their room and
Oh
asking you to leave
yes.
them all?
Oh
Internet.
my gosh.
I'll
I
have
did
to
not
find.
know that.
Hold on. Okay, Amanda, tell us some things about that show while I look up this meme.
Oh my god, fuck.
What do you remember about the Fairly Odd Parents?
I can remember a lot about the Fairly Odd Parents. Like, I literally loved it. I remember being at my grandma's house and, like, literally quoting every fucking line from the first episode. Like, I can eat cereal with my face. I'm hip. Yum, 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 yum. He does that in the first episode. Like, the dad does that. And my grandma, like, literally banned saying I'm hip from her house because I would say, I'm hip all the time. And Joanna fucking hated it. So that's what I remember. And also, like, didn't they add in like, oh, you have to like share your fairy godparents? And also, why the fuck did they put male pregnancy in there? Like, you
Dude,
know,
oh my
Why
god.
did Cosmo?
so
I forgot about
unnecessary.
Poof.
That was so unnecessary. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I
because
think
like, why though? Like, why? Like, why is Cosmo a fucking breeder? Like, that is just weird to me. Like, that is just like.
And Wanda's okay with it. She's just like,
Yeah, like Wanda's just fine with it. And the random like love triangle with like Ricardo or whatever his name was.
Wandissimo.
Isimo.
Timo, I'm sorry. He was a fucking what is it?
He
Character.
was a Mexican fairy, not to be racist.
Wait, wasn't he what? Was he didn't do like massages or something? Wasn't that what he did?
Yeah, he
He
did
did
like
that.
Yeah.
massages. And then like did you
And he
guys remember
played
the
the fucking.
episode?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, the fucking episode where they're like court TVing it up and like Cosmo's mom didn't want him to be with Wanda. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
And she had all
literally.
like the robot fairies.
Yes, that shit was crazy. Oh my god, and the pixies were so wild, like literally.
But
Oh
I
my god.
think the thing that everybody can get out of this show is welcome to Dimsdale Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome.
Dome.
Flubber
With his
Nugget.
fucking with his hat the size of fucking
Eat your
the world
blubber nuggets.
the
Eat your
World Trade
flubber
Tower.
nuggets.
Like I couldn't believe his hat. I was like, what is this? Like I was like, why is this a thing?
So, all right, rate the Fairly Odd Parents for me, with 10 being yeah, I still watch that shit,
3,
to 1 being like please get out of here.
two
I
and a
give it a
half.
5.
Okay, yeah, I think it was solid for a while, and then it needs to
Mm.
go now.
We needed to
I
die.
don't like the creator of the Fairy Odd Parents.
Butch Hartman has a lot of issues that we don't need to talk about because that's a whole episode on
That's
it.
a whole nother episode. Dan Schneider. Jesus.
Yes.
There's a lot of pervy people in the fucking Nickelodeon business.
There
But
really
once
is.
again, that's an episode for another a later episode. Anyway, going on.
Okay. So let's talk about one of my other favorite shows that I built my entire high school personality around, which was Invader Zim.
Oh my god, there was nothing but memes. Memes on YouTube, like early YouTube. Like I'm talking like 2007 YouTube. Nothing but memes.
Loved it. Like
That's a fucking 20.
best. I still love that show. It's still dumb as fuck. Christopher, which is you all know is my husband, got me an Invader Zim Gur hoodie and some socks for Christmas, and I was like, this is the life I'm gonna live again.
Do you remember the fucking episode where they put the fucking mood all in the person? It's
That
like
shit was crazy.
so whenever he opened his mouth, they go.
Yes. Okay. Yes, because that is the Dark Harvest episode where like he burps out
Yes.
the organs.
Yes, that was. I was like, damn, this thing got dark. Like he's like ripping out organs of all these people and replacing it with like random objects, and you're just
Like
like,
all
what?
the episodes are so dark. Like, remember that time they replaced that kid's eyes and like they show a cutaway of basically like the shadow of the thing ripping out the eyes and then
Yes.
replacing them? Like, what the fuck? I
Like
can't
this
believe
was
that.
a,
And
I
my parents
loved.
just let me watch that, but like
It
I
was a kids. It was a
The
kids show though,
censors, they let it get
technically.
past
was it
the
though?
censors.
Was it though?
But
It really wasn't.
I
It
loved
really
this. I
wasn't.
loved that show, and like
Because the
I
like
loved
the
the
lice
art.
episode where they like burn all their hair off, and like the Halloween episode where they
But
like
you
go into
know,
the other dimension. I still love it though,
but you know,
but it
here's
was
the thing. Here's the thing, though. Nickelodeon also back in the day used to air fucking Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy is a nasty. Do you remember Billy and Mandy? Like,
yes.
I couldn't
Oh,
get
I
into
went as
that
Jazz
show.
for Halloween one year. I wish I could find the photo to show you guys,
oh
but
my god. I love Billy and Mandy, but yeah, that shit was nasty too. Like, it
uh,
wasn't just nasty, it was nasty.
But I like those cartoons that kind of just
I
like get in
did.
there and they're just kind of they're fucking gross. And but you
They
that's what
were,
you can appreciate it though, because
but they were like
it's
fucking funny.
humor. It's humorous. It's humorous. So you know I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. And the art style, I love the art style for Invader Zim.
Yes, yes, I love that show. It was so good. It only lasted like 3 seasons. I was so happy
Oh,
when they
and
made
then
the
the
Netflix
Netflix
movie.
movie,
Yes,
Enter the Florbus,
Corpus. Yep, yep.
yeah. Oh my god.
Uh, I mean, I think it ended too soon. I think there was more places they could have gone with it, of course, but
Mm,
it was
we're gonna name drop, and I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but we're gonna name drop real quick. The person who voiced Invader Zim, if y'all have not seen on YouTube, I think it's on Vizzy Pop or Bivzy Pop. I don't know.
busy pop.
Busy Pop. They did the fuck. I'm trying to tell y'all about it, and I don't even know it. Hold on, it's been a while since I watched it. It's like the imps. Let me go look it up.
Speaking of, because you're talking about the voice actor, and we talked about Billy and Mandy. Did you know that he's also the voice of Billy?
Oh, I believe that.
No, I
He's
did
the voice of
not.
Billy. He is also Daggett in Angry Beavers.
I didn't know that either. What the fuck? Well, the only
Yes.
reason why I knew this
Oh, I'm
is
looking
that
now. Hell of a boss.
Hello Boss. He plays one of the imps, and I heard it and I was like, oh my god. But
Yeah.
the creator of this, oh my god, they're this is what I like too. Like this, it's kind of on the level of Invader Zim because it doesn't hold back. This is a little bit more. The creator of this goes out a little bit more because they talk about like sex and drugs and shit.
Oh
But
yes.
anyway, but going on, I love the voice actor for Invader Zim is what I'm trying to say.
Yes. They did like an online thing, I think last year anniversary, where all the voice actors got together and like talked about their favorite episodes and stuff. Super. It was fun. I'm glad that it still has a fan base. I think it's a cult show, and it definitely like was a big part of scene culture when I was in high school, and uh so good. I loved it. A plus 20 out of 10.
20 out of 10, definitely a 20 out of 10. Okay, nice.
Amanda.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just literally vibing.
What's your rating?
My rating, my rating for my my rating
My name is.
my rating for Invader Zim, probably like
I can't deal. Y'all hear this bitch? Y'all stop for a second. Did y'all hear this bitch? Like, if we were to rewind this, when she's like, "What's your rating?" and like Amanda, like you sound like that kid that's like you don't know what to say, you don't even know what the fuck was even said, and you sound
She
like
got
that kid
called
that
out in
got.
class. She
She
don't
got
know
called
the
out in
answer.
class. You're just like, "What's the answer?" You're just like, "Oh, my answer is my answer." And then, like 5 seconds later, you're just like faint because you're just like so under so much pressure. Okay, go ahead. What's your rating,
y'all
bitch?
are literally, y'all are joking because that was literally me in school. I could not pay attention. 5 minutes. Okay, and it's worse because I'm on my computer and I Google shit. Y'all get to talking and on rampages, and I just Google shit.
She's
And then
like
you'd be like,
googling fucking like beach trips to Waikiki to see how much they are.
how do you know? How do you know that I do that? Anyway, Like, okay, so period. Honestly, Invader Zim really scared me as a kid. I didn't like it. I was really sensitive. No, literally, like the fucking violence was too much for me.
It was
I was
perfect for me.
I was literally too and I was too sensitive for that show. I'll give Invader Zim a 4.
Ew,
Bitch.
get the fuck out of
Bruh.
here, bitch. You can't sit with us.
Fine, I'm
Hey.
going back to
Speaking
planning my vacations.
of spooky shit. Return the slab
Oh,
or
I loved
suffer
Courage.
my curse.
It
Yes!
gave me nightmares, but I loved it.
Courage was
There's
weird.
Courage was weird, but it had some freaky episodes too. Like there's that episode where the gangster foot takes over Eustace's body and Courage has to like lick it to cure the disease, and that just grosses my husband out so
What
bad.
the fuck?
But the episode where like the guy comes in and locks Courage in the bathroom and cuts all his hair off.
I
That one?
hated that guy.
Which
Naughty.
yeah,
It was like
the
the
one
cousin
the
or
blonde
something.
the blonde head guy, the
Yes,
blonde hair guy.
yes, yes.
He was. Do y'all remember the one? God, I don't remember what her name was or what her character was based off. But she looked like Elvira. Y'all seen Elvira?
Yes! I know
You
which
know
one
what
you're
I'm
talking
talking
about.
about?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because I think she was in the water. Like something's like triggering me to
Yes.
say that they had to go like underwater. It's been a
Queen
while
of the
since I've
Black
seen
Puddle.
this.
I just looked it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So it's been a while since I've seen this, so that's why I'm really rusty on this. But yeah.
Yeah. Courage was another one of those that I think was like ahead of its time. Like
Yes.
it's the of course the Ramses episode is solid. And the one like with the big fucking mask, like with the kitty, I think. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, do you remember it was something like something world with the lady with the plunger hands or whatever? That shit had me fucked up. Do you guys
Okay.
What?
remember that?
I do
You
not.
don't? Hold
I
on,
gotta
I'm
look
gonna
it up.
Google it.
Okay.
Courage, the cat.
I'm looking. I have a vague I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not 100% sure.
The
Here's
Courage
fucking
my
is
book.
what.
your
My
Google
book's
search is
over
going to be
here.
Oh
like all
yes!
over the
Oh my
place.
god!
Do you
Yes, I
remember?
remember her.
Like press
Yeah,
the pick, press the
literally.
pick, press the pick.
It was like
Oh,
the gerbil world or something. I don't know.
oh. Do I need to post it or do you have it, Amanda?
I have it. Let me fucking
Okay.
mad scientist vacuum salesman.
There's fucking that one. There's the like the blue like weird instrument thing that um. There was the one where they go stay like in the cat's motel with all the fucking spiders that come out of the drain
Yeah,
in the bathtub.
I hated that
Ugh.
shit.
I just like the way he talked.
Muriel!
You're just like, oh my god. This...
The things I do for love.
Okay.
Oh my
It's
god. Do
like,
y'all remember this one? Okay, let me send it to you because I just now remember seeing it. Hold on. This one freaked me the fuck out. I ain't gonna lie. Paste.
here's plunger hand, lady.
Oh, I
Okay.
Oh,
hate. Oh, you got it. Yeah, you got it,
in
Grace.
in
Thank
this
you.
one, I'm sorry to
Oh,
everybody listening to this. Like,
I'll
like, what are
add
you
these images.
posting?
Yes, that's the Ramses episode. The Return the Slab. No, that's the one where I recorded like back when we had the flip phones and shit. I had the Courage DVD, and I recorded the sound clip of Ramses going "Return the Slab," and I
Oh
sent it
no.
to a friend of mine at like 1 a.m. with no context, just the audio. And he messaged me back and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Oh my goodness.
It's like, ha ha ha, because apparently it freaked him out. He's like, "Well, now I can't sleep."
No, I wouldn't be able to sleep like that either.
Oh my god, I forgot about this episode too. The one where fucking
Oh yes, the Helga Pataki looking bitch. Uh, yeah, when they're like in that, yes. So Courage has like some good solid episodes. They They were freaky as fuck. Like some of them really were legit freaky. I think it was a good horror show for children.
Oh
Speaking of
yeah.
horror shows for children, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Loved it.
That
And
shit was my
the
jam.
Wait,
intro was
wait.
iconic.
Before we get into that, let me touch base on this for Courage real
No.
quick. What did y'all think about bitch? What do y'all think about me slapping the fuck out of this bitch first? Okay, second off, what did little Muriel? Do y'all remember that?
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Yadiel. I'm 3.5 years old. Who are you?
Mhm.
I okay. Anyway, I wanted to bring that up because I fucking love that episode. All right, go on. Are you afraid of the
I'm
dark?
hungry.
Go.
I'm nauseous. I'm gonna blow chunks.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
remember that one.
god. And this one, I'm looking at pictures now to try and like refresh my memory of some of the like the characters, and it's
Yeah,
just
over here,
I'm getting.
TJ saying he's not a Courage fan. He's just like filling it. Oh, buy flan to see flan. That's who you sent. Every time I buy flan, I think of that. Buy flan to see flan.
And like, are we gonna forget the fact that he dressed as a fucking eggplant? Like,
He's like, no, that was the eggplant people.
that was the fucking pecker people. Like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all know what eggplants are for.
Eating.
All right.
Delicious.
Or
Okay. So we were talking about Are You Afraid of the Dark before you had to bring up eggplant people. Uh, yes,
Now it's
iconic.
always about you, TJ. What the fuck?
I'm an only child, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, because I'm just going on like ADD brain now. Like other random show, this was like later 2000s, and I think it was fucking gross looking, but it was called Mr. Meaty. Do either of you remember?
I hated that show, but I could not look away. That show was like everything but nothing at the same time. Like it was
Bro,
so
I did
good.
not even watch. I didn't even try and watch it because I looked at this and I thought this was so dumb. I can't.
It does, and I'm like, what the fuck is up with these puppets?
It was
But
just vile.
It's kind of like a. It's kind of like a play, not like a playoff, but they wanted to make him look hip, like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, and they're just like,
Yeah.
come on.
It was gross looking. Okay, gross. Okay, gross. Let's see what else was on. Oh yes, also one that I like. I still like now that I like then, which no wait, no, that's live action, so I'm gonna save that for a different one. Never mind. Save that one. Pin in it. Uh,
Well, I
um.
mean,
Oh,
I
what
guess
about
we could
Chalk
technically
Zone?
do it because I mean, Are You Afraid of the Dark is technically a live action.
Why did you post that back media thing?
Yeah, like this is vile. This
Why do
is
I have
fucking
that?
crazy.
Why is that gonna be in my head now? Oh, what about Rocco? Oh baby,
Rocco's
oh baby.
Modern Lie. Heifer.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Tifa.
That's the one that had Choki's chicken in it, and you didn't reference that.
Shogi's chicken.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Big Head.
Rocco, Mrs. Bighead.
Yeah, I enjoyed. I loved a lot of the old Nickelodeon cartoons. Let's just put it
I
that
really
way.
did. They were like just gross in like a weird way. Like Rocco was also gross in some like, yeah.
In a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, Rocco was extremely gross.
Speaking
Nickelodeon had a thing about doing that, though. You know,
about gross
Yeah, this
shit,
being fucking gross, man.
cow and chicken
Cow and
we
chicken.
won't even touch base on that.
with
I
that
had no
fucking
opinions.
ass.
I have no opinions on that show. So, yeah. Anyway,
What about Eddie and Eddie?
I didn't like that show. It
You
was
didn't
kind of
like Eddie?
boring to me.
It had its moments. Yeah. That was a Cartoon Network one though. Let's see. What do we want to? Where are we at
Kids
next?
Next Door. It was kind of
Oh
interesting.
yes, Kids Next Door. I had to like watch him because sometimes I'm like I'm into it, and sometimes I'm like no. But my nerd Cartoon Network show, Powerpuff Girls, the original classic.
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
the original.
him was iconic villain. Fuzzy Lumpkins, Mojo Jojo, the Amoeba Boys. You know the Gang Green
Gang
Gang.
Green Gang, yeah. Dude, do
Yeah.
y'all remember on shit, what the fuck was it? I lost my train of thought that quick. It was a Cartoon Network show.
Well, while she's trying to think about it, y'all remember the Dexter Laboratory one that got banned?
No.
It was the Rude episodes, what they called it. So basically, like Dexter and Dee Dee go into his like little device, and it's supposed to take all the like the. He's trying to help. He's trying to fix Dee Dee where she won't be so annoying and rude, and you know. So
Mm.
it's kind of like how in Rick and Morty's how it takes like the bad Rick out, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a play on of that. So it takes the rude out. It's supposed to take the rude out of Dee Dee, so she'll be like, oh, nice and kind and courteous and whatnot.
Yeah.
But they both get thrown in. So like when they come out, there's the proper like, hello, how are you doing? Versions, and then there's the non-proper versions, and like they're over there censoring shit, like, and they're going in there talking to their mom, like, what the beep do you want, mine? Like,
Oh my god.
and they actually had to ban it because it was like so inappropriate. So y'all can watch it on YouTube if you don't believe me, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, there, the rude removal. Yeah, the uncut one.
So I remembered what I was gonna say, and so basically, do you guys remember the Kids Next Door, the Pink Eye episode by any chance?
Vaguely, let me look up an image. Uh,
So basically, there's like an outbreak of pink eye, and
yes, that's where it like took over their face, and it just looked like crust.
yeah, and they
Oh
were
my
using the
god, I
crust
remember
to put
that.
on this like cake thing. Yeah, apple crumble. They were putting the pink eye crust in the apple
Yes, I
crumble. Yeah.
remember now. Oh my god. Ah. See, I have to go look up
So
images, and I'm like, wait, no,
gross.
that image
So
scarred me. So yeah.
yucky.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
want to
Merry
watch this
Christmas.
again. I need to find somewhere to watch this again.
I'm gonna watch this again. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
also one of my favorite, like, more serious cartoons at the time. Another one I have the box set of is Teen Titans, like the original Teen Titans.
The original
Like,
is so good.
I was Raven for Halloween one year. Great time. I hated Tara. God, I hated
I
Tara.
hated Tara. Do you remember Kitten from Teen Titans?
Yes.
That
I
Yes.
just
episode
Oh, that episode though, like I was like,
the one I love that little me was like I think that was my first like I actually like romance sort of deal because I love that storyline when I'm like no
yes,
Robin is supposed to be with Starfire.
yes. And then Starfire shows up in her dress. Oh, do you remember like the Trouble in Tokyo movie where they finally kissed? And I was like,
Yes, that was everything. I wish that
like, give me that slow burn romance. That is what I want. It took like 5 seasons. Um, yeah.
that's exactly what they're gonna do with Miraculous Ladybug dead ass
God.
because oh my god, it's
So let's wrap this episode up on Miraculous
oh my
because
god, yes.
I've got feelings. I'm so behind on Miraculous, but I've also gotten to the point where I feel like the last like season we were it was like you. There's so many like fake out episodes of them getting the reveal and dating, and then they just take it all away.
Yes, they
I'm like,
take it.
you're fucking me up, man.
I
yeah.
did lose interest because I was like, well, I'm kind of past this now, and I
Right?
haven't watched again, so maybe I'll watch again. But
I keep
recently,
telling myself, I'm gonna watch it. Like, so I'm like, I think what is it? What did we watch up to like the what was season 4, and now like I think the next season is out. I don't even know if I
yes,
finished season 4. Um,
I want to find the fucking musical on.
Me too. I want to know what the fuck is going on with that.
Really, I don't care. I don't care if it's fucking bad. I just want to watch it.
I did too. TJ, have you been seeing all like the musical images?
Yes.
I
Yes,
literally
bitch.
do not care. I just want to watch it.
And
I'm
fucking Cat Noir's big fucking bulge that he has in his cat suit. Yes, I've been seeing the images, honey. It's okay. But I'm just like, they didn't have that in the movies or in the shows. All right, everybody, I'm gonna take over because these bitches don't know what the fuck they doing anymore. So we gonna go ahead and take over. So thank you all so much for listening to this podcast and listening to this episode, where we cover our favorite cartoons, our not so favorite cartoons, and bathroom possums. If you'd like to hear more from our I almost said from our possums. If you'd like to hear more from our podcast, if you want to hear more from our podcast, you can always go to our links, which I'll force Grace to do all that kind of stuff because I don't want to. And you can listen to our other episodes where we talk about all kind of other shit. And if you go to our friendiversary or friend fiction, you can hear our sultry SpongeBob friend fiction, where SpongeBob and Squidward get it on. Okay, but in the meantime, we're gonna call it quits because I got diarrhea again. So my name is Valk, and I'm signing off. The possum's gone, bitch.
Check that toilet before you sit down.
That goes for everybody, bitch, because you don't know there may be snakes in there.
Oh, Lord.
Au revoir. Bye.